Hi everyone, in this video we'll be going through an example of how we evaluate and can round off a particular answer correct to three significant figures. So over here what we have is just some numerical values and some order of operations. So there's no need to actually process any of these or simplify any of this. You can just type this in your calculator and your calculator will show that your answer is 25.605. Right, 25.605. Right, so the calculator shows 25.605, but minimally you can just write one more extra significant figure, just one more for your working. You write one more accuracy point. So for example here, when you want to write down to a particular number of SF in your calculator before round off, you truncate it. So this is your 5 SF, and because we want our answer to be in three significant figures, we just write one more. It will be truncated to 25.60, and this is a minimum. Right, so anything you write will be extra, or sometimes the teacher might ask you to write the full values in the calculator. They're shown in the calculator is fine as well, but this is what you can write minimally. And of course, 0 tells you to round down, and round down to 3 SF. You get 25.6. And it'll be good if you can present an answer with a bracket that shows that this answer is correct to 3SF. So basically it's pretty much the same thing. In fact, if you did this to correct to one decimal place, it'll be the same idea as well. Just remember that this truncation is going to be important. You do not round off before when you copy down the values from the calculator. Right? Let's move on to the next example. So over here we have another example, right? It reads that the number 299.8 corrected to n number of significant figures is 300. Find the possible values of n. Right, so we have 299.8. You can actually experiment it. So currently it has 1, 2, 3, 4 significant figures. Okay, so if you to round it off, let's say to anything that's less than that. So you round off to maybe 3 significant figures, right? And you realize that you will get, you look at the fourth, and it tells you to round up. So it becomes 3. You look at the 8, it tells you to round up, and of course, the 9 will also be rounded up again because it gets to set to a 10, and the 9 gets rounded up again, so you get 300. So in this particular example, all of these numbers are significant. And next, again, you round off to 2SF. If you want to look at 2SF, you have to look at your third SF over here. Right? And the third SF tells you to round up. So same thing, you also get 300. But in this particular case, only the first two numbers are significant. Of course, the last one, as you can see the pattern, if you want to round off to 1 SF, it becomes very simple. Because if you look at 1 SF, your second SF, and second SF tells you to round up, so you will also get 300, which is 1 SF. And they ask, what are the possible values of n? Well, n can equal to 1, 2, 3. It's better if you put or 1, 2, or 3. Those are possible values. Alright, that's it. Thank you so much for this video.